Good morning, children. Welcome to the part 4 of ratio analysis. In the previous part, we have discussed various formulas and sub-formulas of solvency ratios. In this part, we are going to discuss few of the questions based on that. Now, solvency ratios. The question here says you have to calculate the debt equity ratio from the following. Now, what is the formula for debt equity ratio? The formula is debt upon equity, and we know that here means the long term debts, and equity we know that shareholder funds. Now, equity share capital is a part of equity, preference share capital is a part of equity, reserves is a part of equity. Then your profit and loss balance is showing you the accumulated loss. So again, it is a part of equity, but it will be deducted because it is a loss. Then long term borrowing is a part of your debt. Provision for employee benefits, basically again it's a long term provision, it is also a part of debt. So we'll put the values in the formula and we'll get the debt equity ratio. And again, the reminder part, you have to write the formula, you have to mention it. So debt equity ratio is equal to debt upon equity or long term debts upon shareholder funds. Now long term debts means here, in according to this question, long term borrowings plus long term provisions, that is 2 lakh plus 60,000 of provision for employee benefits, that is 2 lakh 60,000. Shareholder funds here according to this question means equity share capital 3 lakh plus preference share capital 50,000 plus reserves 1 lakh 60,000 minus the statement of profit and loss or profit and loss balance. Why we are deducting it? Because it is a loss. So minus 50,000. That means your shareholder funds will come to 4 lakh 60,000. Now you have the value of debt, you have the value of equity. You can put the values in the formula. Debt equity ratio, that is debt 2 lakh 60,000 upon equity 4 lakh 60,000. So your debt equity ratio will come to, in the simplest form, 0.57 is to 1. Now the next question. You have to compute debt to total asset ratio. What is the formula for debt to total asset ratio? Debt upon total asset from the following information. Total asset again will be a part of total asset. Total debts includes both the current as well as long term debts, but for this formula debt to total asset, you need to have the long term debts. So out of these total debts you will reduce or you will deduct the current debts so as to arrive at long term debts. So creditors is a short term debt, it will be deducted from total debt. Same with bills payable, short term borrowings and outstanding expenses. Now just have a look at the solution, children. Long term debts is equal to, in this question, total debts minus current debts, that is 32 lakh is the total debt minus the value of creditors minus the amount of bills payable 20,000 minus short term borrowings 1 lakh and minus outstanding expenses 30,000. So that means therefore long term debts will come to 28 lakhs. Total asset is already given in the question, 35 lakhs. Now you have both the debts value, long term debts value, as well as the total assets value. You'll put the values in the formula, that is debt to total asset ratio is equal to debt divided by total asset. So that means 28 lakh divided by 35 lakh. So your debt to total asset ratio will come to 0.8 is to 1. So this is the question based on debt to total asset ratio. Now the next question, following particulars are extracted from the books of Bharat Rubber Limited. Share capital, etc. are given to you. You are required to work out the following ratios. In this you have to calculate 4 ratios. Debt equity ratio, debt to total assets ratio, proprietary ratio and quick ratio. So share capital is a part of equity, general reserve is a part of equity, profit and loss balance is a part of equity, 9% debentures is a part of debt, current liabilities will be helpful in current ratio or basically quick ratio in this case, non-current assets, then your inventory, trade receivables, Inventory, trade receivables are the part of current asset. Cash and cash equivalents are also a part of current asset. So you have non-current asset, you have the values of current assets. You'll add them together, you will get the value of total assets also. So let us begin with the solution. Debt upon equity ratio. So first of all, we will calculate debt upon equity ratio. The formula for debt equity ratio is debt upon equity or long term debts upon shareholder fund. So in this question, your long term debts is only one, that is 9% debentures, 1,20,000, and your equity is share capital as per this question, 3,20,000 plus general reserve of 1 lakh plus profit and loss balance of 48,000. So that means your equity is 4,68,000. Now you have the debts 1,20,000, you have the equity 4,68,000. You can put the values in the formula and you will get debt equity ratio. That is, debt equity ratio is equal to debt 1,20,000 divided by equity 4,68,000, which comes to 0.26 or 0.26 is to 1. Next you have to calculate debt to total asset ratio. Now debt, you know, here is 1,20,000. The formula for debt to total asset ratio is debt upon total asset. So debt you already know, from first point itself, 1,20,000. Total asset is not given to you clearly, so you will calculate it. What is the formula for total asset? Non-current asset plus current asset. So non-current asset is already given to you in the question, 3,60,000 plus the value of current asset as inventory 1,76,000 plus trade receivables 3,28,000 plus cash and cash equivalents of 28,000. So your total assets comes to 8,92,000. Now you have debts 1,20,000, you have total asset 8,92,000. So you can calculate debt to total asset ratio by applying the formula debt divided by total asset, that is 1,20,000 divided by 8,92,000. So your debt to total asset ratio will come to 0.13 is to 1. The next is proprietary ratio. The formula for proprietary ratio is equity upon total assets. So equity you have already calculated while calculating debt equity ratio, 4,68,000, and total assets you have already calculated while calculating debt to total asset ratio as 8,92,000. So you can simply put the values in the formula, 4,68,000 upon 8,92,000. So your proprietary ratio will come to 0.5247, or we can say 52.47%. Then lastly you have to calculate the quick ratio. The formula for quick ratio here is liquid assets upon current liability. And liquid asset means current asset minus inventory, prepaid expenses and advance tax. So here, since you don't have the combined value of current asset, what you can do is you can simply add all the current asset except your inventory, prepaid expenses and advance tax. So in this case only two current assets are there except for the inventory etc., that is trade receivables plus cash and cash equivalents. So your liquid asset will be 3,28,000 plus 28,000, that means 3,56,000. And current liability basically is already given in the question as 3,04,000. So now you have the liquid asset 3,56,000, you have the current liabilities 3,04,000. You can put the values in the formula. Quick ratio is equal to liquid asset 3,56,000 upon current liabilities 3,04,000. So your quick ratio will come to 1.17 is to 1. Now the next question. From the following information, calculate interest coverage ratio and give your comments also. Now the formula for interest coverage ratio is net profit before interest and income tax upon fixed interest charges. So net profit after interest and tax is given to you 1,20,000. Rate of income tax is given to you 50%. 15% debentures is given to you 1 lakh. That means 15% is basically the interest rate on debentures. And 12% mortgage loan, that means again 12% is the rate of interest which will be charged on mortgage loan of rupees 1 lakh. So interest coverage ratio is equal to net profit before interest and income tax upon fixed interest charges. In the above question, as you can see, net profit after interest and tax is given, whereas net profit before interest and tax is required to calculate this ratio. If profit after tax is 50, the profit, because the rate is given, no? So if the profit after tax is 50, the profit before tax must be 100. Why? Because rate is 50%. If profit after tax is 1,20,000, the profit before tax must be 100 upon 50 into 1,20,000, unitary method. So profit before tax will come to 2,40,000. Now, interest paid on rupees 1 lakh debentures during the year at the rate of 15% comes to 15,000, and on 1 lakh mortgage loan at the rate of 12% comes to 12,000. That means total interest is 15,000 plus 12,000, that is 27,000. Therefore, profit before payment of interest and tax is equal to 2,40,000, that is profit before tax, plus interest 27,000, that is net profit before interest and tax will be 2,67,000. So you have the net profit before interest and tax, and you also have the fixed interest 27,000 altogether. So you can put the values in the formula. Interest coverage ratio is equal to net profit before interest and income tax, that is 2,67,000, upon fixed interest, that is 27,000, which comes to 9.89 times. Interest coverage ratio will be measured in times. Now, it means it shows or signifies that with the available profits, the firm, the company can repay its fixed interest 9.89 times. So I hope the questions discussed in this video is clear to you, children. Now this is the assignment based on this part. Question number 1, you have to solve practical question number 25 to 26, that means 25 and 26, 30 to 32, that means 30, 31 and 32, and 35 to 36, that means 35 and 36. So altogether 7 questions from the chapter Ratio Analysis of your accounts book, volume 2 by D.K. Goel. Question number 2, you have to redo the question number 43 discussed in this video. That means you have to redo this question on your own in your register. So altogether both the questions you have to do in your register. Go through the video once again, children. Go through all the parts till which we have discussed here. That means part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And remember, learn the formulas, complete all the written work and learn the formulas, revise the formulas on daily basis so as to keep it on your fingertips. Thank you, children. Take care.